Hey y'all, let's do a reading, shall we? I wanted to give you a little update on what they are thinking about you. Now, usually this is a sort of masculine energy, not necessarily the divine masculine, but masculine energy coming forward, and that's what we're reading. But it could be switched up. So let's see what it is. What are they telling their friends about you? What are they saying about you? King of Swords is on the bottom. Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles. The Fool. And this is a 5 card. Yep. They're talking about themselves. They're talking about themselves and how it happened. Whatever happened. Whatever reason you're watching tarot, it's mostly about them. Yeah. There's a lot of fear around this. There's of course a scarcity mindset with the Four of Pentacles. There's a lot of fear that something new that they're starting isn't going to be as successful if they're not able to focus their attention on it. And it's not that they're not telling their friends that you're a distraction. They're telling your friends that whatever happened between you that makes you watch tarot, or whatever you're thinking about, whatever resonates with you, it distracted them from their focus, from their goal. So they kind of want to get that back. Other friends, though, there's two different sides to this. This isn't two different people. This is the same energy, but they're telling their friends different things. Or maybe it's friends and family. The other set of friends, they're just saying, oh, I just need time to heal. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to Rose's viewer, but I just need time to heal from this. Really, time to really heal. And I hope that they take it, because they're right. Like, they're right. They're in the Four of Swords. They definitely are right, and they need to take that time. Will they, though, or will they find someone else to sort of pacify their needs? I don't know that we'll find out in this reading, but okay. Three of Wands, Three of Swords. Yeah. King of Pentacles. Interesting. Eight of Wands and the Hanged Man. Man, there's one friend. One person. Maybe it's not even a friend. Maybe it's just an acquaintance, or most likely, it's a mentor, like a mentor or an authority figure, someone who they trust the most. Like, they're going to tell their friends, oh yeah, I don't need that person, blah, 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 blah. But the person who they really trust the advice from, and the person who they don't fear as much judgment from, and the person who is in a place of authority, who understands that they're maybe less mature and less developed than they are, they're telling that person, there's a lot going on here. That's saying a lot of things to a lot of people, but they're telling that person, I want to talk to Rose's viewer. I want to explain myself. I have the best of intentions. I had the best of intentions. Something went wrong. And now I understand what went wrong. I get it. And I want to share with them that it wasn't them at all. Well, okay, well, great. They know that. Rose's viewers already know that it wasn't them, right? You guys know that it wasn't you, right? I hope. I mean, it takes two to tango, but this is a one man, this is a breakdance right here. So I think they should talk to this person more. I do. Because I mean, it's a slow energy. They're figuring things out. They have, there's this balance in this energy too, which I'm getting off the Knight of Pentacles. There's this balance between what they can have. They're telling this person something about what they feel they can literally have in this life versus what you represent. I don't know if that makes sense. If it does, it does, and it resonates with you, then great, because they're literally telling this person, this is what they represent, Rose's viewer, this is who they are, and this is what this other thing is what I feel like I can have, and I want, maybe there's a bridge. I think they're starting to see that it's possible to have what they want and have you too. Like, it's not that far. There's not that separation, which is great because, you know, when I started doing these readings, there was a pretty big separation between who you were and then who they imagined themselves with. It's kind of like this, but it's more real. With the Knight of Pentacles, it represents more of a reality. They're seeing things for what they are for once. I mean, it's the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. If it was the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, it would be a different story, but it's not. So, I mean, and I explain all this to you with the tarot because hopefully you want to learn tarot as well. I know there's a lot of tarot readers. I mean, I've done a little bit of R&D just because I want to see what's out there. And there's a lot of tarot readers who don't explain the cards at all, and they just do your reading. And if that's what you want, then you're not going to like this channel because I'm going to try to explain. I think there's a teachable moment in every moment of life. And that's what your person is getting, is a teachable moment. And I think the authority figure, the mentor, the saged person that your person is talking to, the sage, let's say, I hope they're giving them good advice. I want to, hold on. I don't usually do this, but I want to pull a real quick card. This could be true or not. I don't want that deck. Nope. I want the Light Seers again. I want a pocket-sized Light Seers for Valentine's Day, if anybody wants to send it over to me. No, but I don't, yeah, I don't know that this is true for all of your people, but this sage and this mentor is definitely telling them they need to take their time. It seems like this person especially rushes into relationships. And they kind of know that history. This person could be a therapist. Is your person suddenly going to therapy? Because they haven't before. Wow. It could definitely be a therapist. That best case scenario, they go, I mean, not best case scenario, some, no. I'm just saying. They might get better adept at weaponizing the psychology if they, anyway, it's a lot. It's complicated. But I will say that whoever it is, most of the time, now your situation might be different, but most of the time, this person that they're talking to has good advice to let things grow and settle a little bit and get a handle on themselves before they come forward. So I like that. Wow. Okay, what's the Four of Pentacles? I really like that came up because they need it. They really need somebody to talk to who's not going to judge them, who has their best interest, because their best interest include would include you, right? If we're going to give advice to someone who is in love with someone else, do we talk them out of it? If we do, we're not very good friends, really. Like, even in the worst case scenario, and I'm not talking about SA, I'm talking about just like if there's challenges, the people who are the first to tell you to jump ship and go, oh my gosh, that person's not worth it, look at all the red flags, but you really, really love that person, there's lessons to be learned in the connection. So I'm not, if somebody does you dirty, absolutely do not spend time with them. But if it's just, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and oh my, like, there's a lot of challenges that have to be overcome and learned through these connections in a lifetime. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, just step into deep water there. Okay. But it is deep. It's really deep. So if some, you can't know everything, and your friends don't know everything. And so be very wary of taking friends' advice. They're either going to side with you no matter what you say, or they might just be jealous of you, and then that happens too. It's part of what it is. I wouldn't immediately go to jealous of you, but anyway. Okay, that's enough about that. Four of Pentacles. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? This is tough to pull on because they're holding back on the energy. This is almost like what they're telling you. And they're not, if there's no contact, there's no contact. But it's a little more than that. It's almost like there's this is pretty deep. It's not just what they're telling their friends about you. This is like what they're telling themselves about you. You know how we'd have different stories, right? And then the thing is with those different stories that we tell, like the same thing could happen, a thing could happen to us and we tell our parents something different than we tell our spouse, than we tell our boss, than we tell our, like it's a different story. Like you got a speeding ticket. Well, you're going to talk to the judge a little bit differently than you would talk to your coworkers or, Okay. So this is one of those different versions, but it's almost like it's to themselves. And these cards are not being cooperative. That doesn't belong here. What was it? Yeah. Another three of, it doesn't belong here, but it was here. It doesn't belong there. It's almost like here. Okay, we have King of Cups. Yeah. So yeah, it's not, okay. So this damage that's been done, even though we had the Three of Swords on the bottom here, the damage that's been done, the damage that they're sort of nursing, and the reason that they're keeping their cards close to their chest, the reason that they're holding on, that there's this scarcity mindset, is because they have, in the process of learning how they react to you, in the process of their reaction to you, in the process of how they get to know themselves through your connection, okay? Man, their whole world has been changed. Their ego has been damaged. Not damaged, but like what they had as that ego nugget has been stripped bare. How's that? They don't know that it's infinite. They don't know that their ego, that their self, that their potential for vulnerability, that their love, they don't know that it comes from an infinite source. And so they're holding on to it pretty tight. They're afraid that you could literally destroy them. And you might be able to do that because they're not at the maturity level where they could sort of take a total rejection from you. And so that's why they are just eking out. I think this person is very motivated to productivity. Like, did you guys talk about having productive days, having successful days? Like, did you encourage each other in creating, in commerce, in entrepreneurial efforts, in school, whatever it was? Because they have a whole different perspective on it. And it's not good. Let me just be clear. The whole different perspective on, I think they didn't understand how much your influence and your cheerleading and your pumping them up, your excited partnership, your enthusiasm, your encouragement. I don't think they understood before how much they needed that, and now they understand it. And they're retreating a little bit because it's not just, like I said at the beginning, it's of this card, it's not just a Three of Swords through the heart. It's damage to the ego as well, and their whole sort of perspective of how they fit in this world and who they are. So why is the Fool here? King of Swords flies out again. King of Swords was on the bottom, wasn't it? No, King of Cups was on the bottom of this. Yeah, I think they found themselves, in a situation. Okay, the Fool. Why is the Fool here? Now you know why I shuffle. If this is your first time with one of my readings, now you know why I shuffle for the main cards. Why I shuffle before I turn the camera on. It's because I block shuffle and it takes a minute. Oh, there's something about this energy of the Fool, though. There's something very radical about this. It's kind of upsetting my stomach a little bit. The Two of Wands definitely has an effect on the Fool. It's almost like they have a devil on their shoulder telling them, fuck it, just fuck it, just jump. Like, so they're not jumping for the beginning of a new journey. You know how that, with the Rider-Waite-Smith, maybe we'll get a Fool as a feedback. But with the Rider-Waite-Smith, we've got a little page-like character jumping off a cliff with a... But he's unknowing, right? He's unknowing out of the cliff. This Fool is very conscious before they dive into that deep water. Yeah, there's a little... Oh, man. There's a little bit, it takes as long as it takes, y'all. There's a little bit of, oh man, yeah, it's pretty, oh gosh, I can't wait to see the clarifiers because this Fool card is, I'm gonna have to sage this thing before I do another reading. Yikes. It's, yeah, that was not, that was the universe talking to me. There's so much there. Oh man, they have their head wrapped so. This is it. It's the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, the Fool. It's all, that's all wrapped up in one, right? These new ideas. Brilliantly evil new ideas. What do we have here? Yeah. Another Four of Pentacles. Yeah, on the Five of Pentacles. I'm honestly really surprised that the Devil didn't come up, or the Ten of Swords. But they're not at the end yet, so of course the Ten of Swords didn't show up. But I'm surprised about the Devil. Okay, maybe it's not as bad as I thought, but it still feels off. Because of their self-sacrifice. So this is another of what they're telling themselves. Are you a secret? Because they're not telling many people about you. Like, whatever happened, or maybe they already did and they're sort of done with it, but this is still their internal monologue. And it's feedbacking, of course, off of this Four of Pentacles. This is all together. They're leaving themselves in the cold. They really want to, the Fool, they really are they're trying to talk themselves into making a start without you, but they really, because they see what has happened through the connection. And they're not painting it in a very good picture to themselves. I don't think they have the emotional bandwidth or the maturity to see what it really is. They might never. I don't know what to tell you about that. And I don't know that they will be successful in talking themselves out of it, but for now, they sure are trying. Let me see if I can get something off the Ace of Pentacles, because this is just a whole bunch of feedback with these two cards. And the Fool is a literal fool, and they are trying to, it's a bit devious. There's something going on where, this has a potential to be another person. It does. It has a potential to be a third party that they've canoodled with, and they're telling this person, they're going to regret it. They are going to regret telling this other person about you. They probably already did the second they started doing it. There's something sacred about your connection that I don't know if you tell other people about it, but they don't. It's like they hold on to it, and the less is talked about it, the better. It shouldn't really be like that, because you obviously in this connection should have conversations and communication, and you should be able to discuss it and figure it out, because that's part of what your job is in this relationship, in this connection. You got to figure it out. But we figure out things with each other. So if this person is no contacting you, or vice versa, and you're here trying to figure out what's going on with tarot, that's not how it's supposed to work. But you probably already know that. So it's what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Or if this person is breadcrumbing you or whatever. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom for the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there is this immaturity that goes along with the Fool, sort of bleeds all over the place. It's like, but what if I just start something new? And that is something they're telling people. What if I just start something new? What if I meet someone new? What if this is, because the pinnacles don't necessarily mean wealth. The pinnacles mean these things on earth. The pinnacles mean material possessions, but they also mean the constructs and situations on earth that we deal with as humans. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just hear me out for a minute. Underneath the Page of Pentacles is the Ten of Cups reversed. And I usually don't go for that card, but it slipped out and I saw it and I'm like, okay, dang. It's sort of like dreams that they had, like this grand idea that they had is sort of, man, how do I explain it? Because it's not ruined. It's the dreams that they have, they feel like they cannot obtain, whether it's because of their maturity or their place in life or family or whatever. They feel like they cannot have them with you. And so how about if I just start something new, brand new? And it's very immature. It's a very immature page. It's a very immature Ace of Pentacles. Obviously, we've got the King of Wands. So yeah, it's ego driven. It's sort of this ambitious, ready to go, unprepared, ready to go, unrealistic, Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. So it is love based. They're like, well, how about if I just get on the dating apps and find just anyone, literally anyone. And I'm sorry to be the messenger of bad news, but if this resonates with you, it resonates with you. So the thing that you have to keep in mind is that not everybody's ready at the right time, right? If you're ready for this relationship and they're not, will they ever be? I can't guarantee that. I hope that, that for you, but oh man, sometimes you just have to let them go, for better or for worse. I literally, when I was a young person, I'll just tell you this. I don't know that it'll help, but I'll shuffle for the Four of Swords and at least you'll get a story out of it. When I was a very young person, I was in love with someone and they didn't treat me very good, so I found somebody else. And it wasn't the right time for me. It wasn't the right time for me. And I was with that person for a little while, and then they weren't right for me. Or they were right for me, but it was the wrong time. So my deep love for person number one was always there. And I knew that if person number one ever came back to me and said, hey, I want to be with you, I'd basically leave anybody I was with. That's pretty sad, but it's the way it is. So this is love, all's fair in love and war. So I learned that this person had moved to another country, and then they stopped communicating with me. And back then, with the way that cell phones worked at the time and all that, it was basically we wrote letters, and this person stopped communicating with me, and it was like 2 years this person completely stopped communicating with me. And so of course, naturally, I just figured they were dead. And I really did. I really somehow convinced myself that they absolutely must be dead. And this was before social media, and this was before all that. So I had every reason to believe they were. And I lived quite happily for a while. Yeah, I lived with someone else too. But the point is this person, after all of that, did come back into my life. And we lived through the lessons of that connection that we needed to. And it ended. Every relationship has an expiration date. But having this is not the expiration, right? This is not the expiration date. This is a separation period. This is a time when we have to figure some stuff out in between before we we are connected and can spend time together. And your person is figuring some stuff out. And I would be a bad tarot reader if I told you that this wasn't necessary. It absolutely is. This is for your own greater good too. Are they making some free will decisions that keep you two apart? Yes. Does the universe continuously try to push you together? If this is the same group that I've been reading for, yes. Yes, the universe is trying to get you together. The universe knows that they're going to learn these lessons better, faster, stronger with you. But can they learn them on their own too? Yes. And can you learn more lessons in the meantime, which will make you better in the long run? Yes. So sometimes these separation periods end up being for the absolute best. Full disclosure, sometimes it pushes us farther apart. But this is not a relationship that is expired. So whether it's next month, next year, 10 years from now, 15, 20, 40 years from now, and you meet in the retirement community, then it is what it is. Just have faith that the universe has your back, and this will work out the way that it's supposed to. Because yes, they have free will, but the universe comes in through many, many cycles and pushes the shit out of this connection. Not only that, but they will put up walls, they will put up challenges, they will give your person aha moments. Trust me, when it's necessary, the universe steps in. Okay? This person is, I wouldn't want to be with this person right now. So don't be sad. Don't be sad that this is happening. Be grateful that this person is going through these lessons. This is a lot to be going through. And could they be going through it with you and crying on your shoulder? Yeah, sure they could. But they're not. So let them learn these lessons out here. Come back to you as a more mature version of themselves, right? Okay. Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom of the Four Swords. The Star. Yeah. So that little voice that I was talking about that's telling some people, oh, I just need time to heal. It really is sort of divine. It's sort of like if there's a nugget of their spirituality that they are sort of living in and holding on to like a life preserver, it is this need to heal. I think they need to heal a lot more than they think they do. But you know what? It so wanted to go right forward. It was upside down, but it just made me turn it right. Listen. So that's what we're going to do. We can do anything we want. Okay. Just let them heal. I mean, I wish they are really like when they, man, oh, I just got such a powerful message. This is their message to you. Like, I think they talk, so there's three conversations they're having. One is with this mentor or therapist or person who they really admire and respect. And I think this person is sort of on their side, and on your side, maybe they're starting to come around. Okay, so there's this person, this mentor that they're talking to. Then there's their inner dialogue. And it's kind of all over the place, as we discussed. This is you. They're having a conversation with you. They're talking to you, either out loud or in their own head. And it's good. They're just telling you, they're literally, oh, it just breaks my heart because they're literally talking to you. I'm getting in the bathroom or in their car. Oh man. They're literally talking to you. They're saying your name. They're telling you that they just need time to heal, and that there was too much. They rushed. There was too much. And maybe you guys went super slow, and maybe you met real and then it went super slow after that. I don't know, but they felt like the last time you saw each other or had any real connection, it was too rushed for them. And they're just telling you that. Like, this is their conversation with you, with the connection. But absolutely, they love you unconditionally. They don't feel like you believe that. And so they keep telling you. And it's like, seriously bringing me to tears. Like, they are in their bathroom, in their car, in their bedroom. Like, whenever they can get a spare moment, instead of praying, they are talking to you. They are having a conversation with you. They love you unconditionally, regardless of what you think, of what they did. They have this sort of divine connection. They understand it as a divine connection. They really do. But they just really feel rushed and they need time to heal. Something happened. Something happened either during a no contact time or in their past, maybe way back. It could have been when they were a kid. Something happened and they're not healed from that. And they feel like they can only come to you when they're completely healed. Now, of course, that's bullshit. But that's what they're telling you. And with their heart, they're telling you that. Not as a thing. This is the conversation they're having with you when they know you can't respond in the 3D. And it's really sweet and it's making me cry. They just need time to heal. They love you so much. They just feel rushed and they honestly, like, it is in their heart. They have a lot of trauma in their heart. It's like they've been trying to figure out things their whole life. And when they met you, they thought they started to figure it out. But then they weren't healed. They let their whole thing get all wrapped up in your connection. All of their insecurities, all of their isms, everything got wrapped up. And as much as they didn't want that to happen, it did. And so they want to heal on their own. The communication that they have with you is amazing. So even though you don't talk, if you do talk, this is a separate conversation. They might be saying much different things. They might be trying to impress you. They might be trying to speak your language. They might be trying to meet you on a level that keeps you just close enough while they figure this out, because they can't tell you this in person, but they want to. So they say it out loud to themselves, or they say it in their heads. They literally talk to you. They use your name. Okay, that's it, you guys. So in terms of what they're saying about you, there's a lot, and it's really deep, and it's really beautiful, and just give them a little bit of grace. They have a lot to heal from. All right, that's it, you guys. Remember that no readings come out of a vacuum, and all readings are influenced by the reader, as well as the time in which they're pulled. So if it resonates, it resonates. Thanks.